Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Welcome back to the random show. Welcome back to the random show, my people, my friends. What's going on? Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Big up everybody here. Big up everybody tuning in. Appreciate you so much. Welcome back. Welcome back to the random show with your host, Agostino Zinga, and this is the random show. I hope you are well wherever you may be. I hope you are doing splendid. Hope you're doing good, people. Welcome back. So happy to be here with you once again. Today a little bit earlier than previous times because I can't stay up super late like I did last time because I got like 3 hours of flipping sleep last time before I had to get into work, which is not ideal, but we did it anyway. So we're gonna go early today and we're gonna get started quickly. Okay, so big up everybody tuning in, big up everybody here. Appreciate every single one of you. Oh, big up Abe Martinez. Wagwan G. Wagwan.
My favorite Seggy's chocolate man.
Yes, B. Yes, G. Wagwan G. What's good, my G? Hope you're well, brother. Hope you are well. Wagwan for the Wagwan, brother. Wagwan for the Wagwan. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up you. Thank you for joining me, man. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the community. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Happy to be here with you, Wagwan people, Wagwan people. So today's stream, we're going to be talking about podcast Cringe. We're going to go through a latest episode of TFATK. We got some TFATK Reddit stuff to go over and general bits and bobs, right? General bits and bobs are going to badger through. I have done you guys a big favor and I've watched the majority of the latest episode of TFATK with the guy from Toho's, the founder. And I've been able to pull some clips, and I think the rest of it I haven't pulled. So I think I pulled about clips up until like 1 hour something, and the rest of it we can kind of watch together. But I've got through the main chunk of the flipping episode, which is pretty funny to be fair, to see how those guys were acting with the Toho's founder guy there. But we should be able to pull some fun LOLs from that little experience they had there with the Toho's founder. So we're going to go through that. We're going to go through some other bits and bobs. As per usual, if you enjoy the show, if you see what you like what you see, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream, all of that good shit. Can you see me a little bit of light here? Should I put that there? Or that is right there. Please like the stream. Help a brother out, subscribe to the channel if possible. Trying to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers, that'd be great. If you want to join, you can join also. Please note if you join, then all Wednesday streams, the stream tomorrow, so all Wednesday streams will be made only available for members, so you can watch it live to make sure everybody is able to watch everything live. But if you want to watch it after the fact, it'll be only available for members only. So if you want to join, be a part of the members here, you can click the button down below. There's a join link there to be a part of it. But if you want to just support and subscribe, that is all well and good. Appreciate you regardless. Like, subscribe, commenting, it's all good with me. It's all good with moi. Okay, first things first to jump into. We have to talk about this that I've just seen on the timeline just now. I've just seen this on the timeline and it's absolutely floored me. Absolutely floored me that this has happened. Look at this. So an update on the whole Conor McGregor thing, right? So the whole Conor McGregor thing has been pretty wild to see, but most of the thing people have been kind of shocked about or surprised or kind of, curious about is how's Conor McGregor's girlfriend dealing with this, right? His mother of his children, who's effectively his wife, who's been long suffering, right? She's had to put up with a lot of very embarrassing public betrayals. I think off the top of my head, him just like touching random girls' chests, pulling that girl with the braids hair. I think she might have been a UFC fighter. There was that dalliance with the small person that he was clearly, trying to get down with. Just, Conor, just doing what Conor does. And it seems like Dee Devlin doesn't seem to be too phased by what Conor gets up to. She seems to give him a very long leash, or she seems to be incredibly patient. But when he did get convicted in the court of the thing that he allegedly did to that lady, when they left court, she did look like she had a face, of thunder. She looked like she was really pissed off. And some people maybe interpreted that like she was angry. Well, I guess we interpreted it completely wrong. Because according to this account here on Twitter, ACDMMA, D Devlin has posted the following on her Instagram stories as a response to Conor McGregor being found guilty of the alleged R word to that lady. Here's what D Devlin, Conor McGregor's mother of his children and effectively his wife, has said, defending her man and essentially pouring, a lot of bile and a lot of venom at the accuser. Here's D Devlin. Imagine a woman with her own boyfriend and child texting provocating. Let me start that again. Imagine a woman with her own boyfriend and child texting provocative pictures of herself to another woman's man with a family and child on the way. This woman claims to know me, yet still went ahead and sent messages and pictures of herself over and over to my man. Really? Whilst out on a 3-day bender, texting excuses to her own child at home, where her mammy is on Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night into Monday morning. All the while out of her face in a hotel room, dancing around in a hotel car park. What sort of woman are you? D Devlin is not blaming her man for stepping out on her. He's not blaming Conor for embarrassing her and her family continually. She's instead blaming the girl who alleged Conor of the R word. D Devlin is a rider. D Devlin is a rider. She's a woman that all men dream of. This is the woman that all men dream of. We dream of the Saint As's, right? The type of woman who can smash you knowing full well you've got a wife and kids at home and will keep it on the low. Keep it on the low, won't be too pressed, not trying to be your girlfriend. She's not trying to take you away from your family. She just wants to get, whatever, have some adult fun with you and keep it moving. But that's all she wants. Sainaz and D Devlin, I think, are the are the dream women of a lot of men out there. Women who will just put up with guys' nonsense again and again and again. And in some cases, they will come out and defend you. Even when you're in the wrong, they will come out and defend you. This woman is perfect. Perfectly toxic, but perfect. She continues, my sons will be warned. Women like you exist in the world. She's saying that her sons, who are the children of Conor McGregor, who might be a serial cheater at this point, a serial breaker of oaths, a serial breaker of promises, he's okay to follow as example. But that woman, Conor could have, prevented all of this by just not fucking that woman, but he did anyway, allegedly forcibly. It's like, come on, man. But anyway, it continues. D Devlin, I look forward. CCTV does not lie, she said. I look forward. Imagine you seeing CCTV footage of your man smashing some random while he's on a 3-day bender and then getting on Instagram and saying that CCTV does not lie because it's going to vindicate your husband, because it's going to show that she was consenting. So you watched it and was able to do, you watched it that closely? God almighty. CCTV does not lie. I look forward to the day the world will see the footage of you on that night and the carry on of you. Not a bother on you having the time of your life. Not a bother on you. I like the slang. The Irish slang is quite interesting, isn't it? I look forward to the day the world will see the footage on you that night and the carry on of you. Not a bother on you having the time of your life. This is the real evidence. Video footage no one knew was being taken in a moment which you miraculously don't remember. To me, it looks like you're the one sexually assaulting in the lift. To me, it looks like everyone is trying to get away from you. D Devlin shooting. Conor and I have dealt with these issues privately many years ago, as should be done in a relationship, and we have come out stronger than ever. We have 4 beautiful children now whose smiling faces and happy hearts are a testament to who he is and who we are. die without sin, cast the first stone. Dee Devlin's a perfect woman, man. She's quoting Bible scriptures. Conor went and busted a nut in some random, allegedly without consent, and she's quoting the Bible. She's using her kids as an example, as a human meat shield, essentially. Ooh, Dee Devlin's the perfect wife, bro. The perfect mother. The perfect baby mother. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Now we know why Conor is such an animal. Now we kind of know why Conor is such an animal. She kind of enables him, which is kind of wild when you think about it. This woman actually enables him. Madder. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. But you know what? I'm not mad at it in the slightest. I'm not mad at it in the slightest. I think they're uniquely, perfectly matched. I think it makes sense why they're together. Clearly, even though this sounds toxic, it probably did strengthen their marriage because they've been popping out kids ever since. But Conor's still been out there allegedly tearing things down. Tearing things down. Conor. Wow. Well, it gets worse for Conor because look at this news. Conor McGregor has now been dropped by Proper 12 whiskey. Proximo Spirits are the owner of the whiskey, but use Conor McGregor for marketing. Going forward, we don't plan to use Conor McGregor's name and likeness in the marketing of the brand. You know what? I'm not going to lie. Can I be naive here? I had no idea he didn't own it. That's how good they marketed the brand. I had no idea he didn't actually own it. I didn't know. I didn't know he was just being used as a face, similar to what, Diageo did with Diddy and Ciroc. I honestly thought he owned Proper 12. I didn't know he didn't own it. He's just a face. Wow. Okay, so Amonti said he sold it. Okay, cool. He sold it first. How much did Conor? How? Let's see. How much did Conor McGregor sell Proper 12 for? Conor McGregor sold his majority stake in Proper 12 Irish whiskey to Proximo Spirits for 600 million. I'm sorry. If you're Proximo Spirits and you want to drop me after you gave me 600 million, cool. Oh, you're dropping me. I'm no longer your employee. I don't give a fuck. 600 M's. 600 M's. No wonder he's moved. Okay, now it's all making sense, people. Now it's all making sense. He has a baby mother. He has a girlfriend. He has a wife who enables him and turns a blind eye, buries her head in the sand, and in some points encourages him to be the guy that he is. Because I'm assuming Dee Devlin's probably one of the type of women that tells Conor to just go out and let his hair down, boys will be boys type of thing. She's one of those type of mums, right? She's one of those type of ladies. Like, she's, boys will be boys, let him kind of get his thing out, just don't bring the mess back at home. But then he's also 600 M's up. Let's say he's only got half of that. Let's say after all the shares have been split and the interest and the this and the taxes, let's say he's only got 300 M's from that 600 M's. No wonder no one can't talk to this guy. No wonder he's been moving the way he's been moving. That's why we can't get him back in the octagon. No wonder he can't get back in the octagon. What deal is Dana going to give him that will make sense? What deal? What deal can Dana give this guy that's going to make sense? I saw a stat the other day where it said the Bronx had finally achieved making 1 million from fight bonuses across 21 fights or something. 21. He finally got 1 million in fight bonuses. Look at what UFC fighters have to put their bodies through to get 1 million. Average cans, journeyman boxers could make $500,000 in one fight. This guy's making 1 mil off fight bonuses across 21 fights. And you want Conor to come back in the octagon and he's up 600 M's. Not including all the other stuff he does. Now I get why he's moving the way he moves. Oh my God. 600 M's. I didn't know that. Big up A Martinez for the info. I did not know that. And then Proximo Sports want to what you call it? They want to grandstand. They want to morally posture themselves, right? or they want to get on their fucking high horse, right? By saying that they've dropped him. It's like, bruh, you gave me 600 M's. I don't give a fuck. I'm actually glad I'm not working for you guys anymore. So he's been dropped anyway. Going forward, we don't plan to use Conor McGregor's name on necklace in the marketing of the brand. Next one to drop him. The following companies have confirmed that they will no longer sell proper 12 whiskey due to it being linked to... Oh, but he's already made the money though. It doesn't matter. He's already cashed out. What is this? Aren't they just punishing the people who own it now? Like, the people who own it now, who've done nothing wrong, Proximo, they're the ones who are suffering now because he's already cashed out. So, anyway, Tesco, Super Value, Spar, Centra, Cost Cutter have all dropped Proper 12. And then the other update here is Musgraves, Ireland's largest grocery distribution, will no longer sell Proper 12 whiskey. This is now the second company to cut ties with Conor McGregor. So everyone's cutting ties with him. And then I think that's it. But it's like, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Big up Chris Mack. When I hit $500 million net worth, I won't be owing, but I also won't be pulling out. Exactly. I won't be pulling out. That's so true. Like, fuck it. I'll hold you down. Don't worry, man. I'll hold you down. I got you. I got you. I got you, and whoever the kid, whatever that shit is that comes out, I got you, man. I got you. I got you in that little shit. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. Oh, fucking hell. What an absolute wild situation, man. But yeah, big up D Devlin. D Devlin's in the same category of like Slow Joe in those type of women, man. But maybe heavily religious, maybe a bit delusional, maybe just money motivated. But to be fair, haven't they been together since they were like kids, isn't it? They've been together since they were really young. She's seen him go from like, you know, living at his mum's house, living, you know, on the sofa, claiming benefits, to suddenly becoming Conor, right? And basically nearly a billionaire. It's no surprise she's not leaving, you know what I mean? But it does go to show you how different people act when the money's involved. I think I even saw it the other day, actually. I was watching Love is Blind, actually, the other day. Big up Love is Blind, Habibi. Fucking fascinating, interesting show. One girl on there was like really feeling this one guy, and then another guy came along and he basically mentioned, without mentioning, that he's rich. I've got 3 companies, I DJ, blah, blah, blah. So basically, you know, various revenue streams, and she immediately changed who she wanted to pick. She picks the guy that's rich, but unfortunately the guy that's rich is also built like Wings of Redemption, you know? And then she kind of like has like that decision to make in her head, like, do I really want to have a life like this with this guy who clearly is, you know, got money and can look after me, but I'm no way in any way, shape or form sexually attracted to him because he's built like a sack of fucking, you know, I don't know, semolina, flour, rice, right? Whatever, right? Multiple bags of rice. And she didn't eventually go for it. So it's proof that sometimes maybe money isn't enough in some cases, but if you're kind of, money probably is enough. But yeah, let's see how it plays out, man. But D Devlin, man, she came out swinging. She's out here victim blaming for real. My man did nothing wrong. You're the one that came onto him. I'm gonna warn my sons about women like you. Like, wow. Okay, D Devlin. Okay, D Blood Clark Devlin. Moving on. Let's cover the last bit of this Conor McGregor thing, right? Brendan got on Schaub show, spoke about the Conor McGregor drama. Let's finish some of the bit that he said and let's see what other redacted nonsense he came out with. And then we're going to follow this up by watching the podcast Cringe video where he kind of, you know, summarizes some of the most glaring, crazy, stupid, dumb things that Brendan said throughout this video. But let's watch it raw ourselves and then we'll jump onto podcast Cringe. Pick up the stream chat, like the stream, subscribe, all that good shit. Let's get involved.
All lowercase to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/shop. Cha-ching. Here's where it gets a little not so pro Conor. So she went to the hospital. I think she went to the rape clinic, and the bruises on her arms and legs and body, they're like, we've never seen anything this bad. That's not good.
We say he didn't do it.
That's not good.
But he said he didn't do it.
I think that's ultimately what convinced the jury that
Bruises.
Conor's kind of at. least liable for some of the damages. And now remember, he wasn't found guilty of rape.
No.
He was found guilty, I think, of assault.
I mean, it could be.
Can we maybe say assaulting a woman isn't a good thing either? Assaulting a woman instead of R-wording her isn't good. Can we maybe say that? Is that maybe something we might want to stress? Being found guilty of assault, although isn't as bad as the R word, is still really, really bad. But hey, what do I know?
Sexual assault, but it's just
It's assault.
Yeah.
It's tough though, like with the Trevor Bauer.
It's assault. Did you say it's assault? It's assault.
Sexual assault, but it's just
it's assault.
Yeah.
It's tough though, like with the Trevor Bauer thing, right? Like the girl was a freak. That's their kink. I don't know. And with all this, I don't know.
So hold on. He's trying to suggest that girl got bruises because she was into some sort of like what? MMA play. She was into jiu-jitsu play, Muay Thai play, striking play. Papa, just say you don't believe the girl. It's fine. Have your opinion. But these takes are flipping insane.
But here's my thing. If you're going to accuse somebody of rape, you better have your ducks in a row, and you better be 100% honest. She had a ton of lies. So it isn't...
Hold on. The man who's lied his entire career, pointing out that other people lying might discredit the things that they've said. The man whose entire life, whose entire career has always been about lies, has always been about faking it till you make it without actually making it, is now telling people that they shouldn't be lying. Love it.
Isn't it tough? Because the video says otherwise, right? Like if it was that brutal and you had all
the video says they were having a good time, but the video doesn't also depict what happened, right? It doesn't depict the actual incident. So Brendan thinks you have to run out of a room crying. You have to have a video footage of you launching yourself out of a window, of you hysterically running downstairs, hitting random hotel doors to seek for help. He thinks like these instances always happen like how they happen in movies. There's no such thing as a delayed reaction. There's no such thing as just like trying to suck it up and get out of those spaces as quickly as possible, safely, and being somewhat compliant. That doesn't exist. Okay.
all these bruises and he forcefully did all this to you stuff, and then on the video you're there being lovey-dovey and still drinking and trying to convince people to stay at the party. That just doesn't seem like a person to me that suffered all this trauma. Could be wrong. Maybe that's their way of protecting themselves. I don't know. That's what they're saying. But to me, the logic.
Hey. Let's hear what you have to say. Let's not keep going with the I don't know. Let's make our point and let's stand on it, please, if possible. Let's make our point and stand on it. Let's not hide behind I don't know, just so you can avoid accountability, just so you can avoid having people call you out. Let's stand on what we believe. If you don't believe that she got R-worded and you believe Conor because you love Conor, cool. But let's stop going with all these fucking I don't know. Like, God almighty, bro. You do know. That's what you're saying.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Don't try and convince other people to hang out with your alleged rapist.
At that point, you're safe. Leave. Just fucking leave.
But then the experts say, well, it's PTSD. It shows up later. And the other issue is in court. She goes, they would show all that. She goes, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, bullshit.
That's convenient.
I don't believe
it.
Yeah,
big up NJ Ranger. Wagwan G.
He's got a load of takes on allegations for a really good guy.
Exactly. Big up NJ Ranger.
No,
by the way, Conor, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Conor described it as athletic and vigorous sex, which is kind of funny. I don't know why. It's not funny if it's actual rape.
Jesus Christ, Chin hardly speaks, and this is what he comes up with. It's kind of funny, actually. Okay, Chin. Okay.
Now he said athletic and vigorous, not rough.
Now, allegedly, Conor's defense team had a lot of evidence, like, she was given fellatio in the car on the way there, like even afterwards when they're partying and stuff like that. So I don't think, as far as my knowledge, which isn't a ton, That's usually not how a victim acts. But again, the bruising stuff is weird. Now,
How do you know how oh, Jesus Christ.
I love Chin chiming in on this. If anyone's a grape expert, it's my boy Chin and those bodies in his fridge.
Exactly. He saw the fish. Those bodies that are being fucking propped up by the fish or are being covered by the fish. Yo, big up Assad disease.
now,
But that happens when you have like, okay, come on, dude.
does that happen? I don't know.
If
That's
people-
not my kink. I don't know
that's
how
not
it
mine
goes
either.
down.
But if people like that shit, there's gonna, or she could have easily fucking like did it to her neck afterwards. Like I
Another thing that's
I don't
weird-
trust her at all. I think
Chin is saying she could have strangled herself and gave herself a bruise. Huh? Why can't they just say they don't believe the girl? There's a lot of, inaccuracies and holes in her story and let it play out how it plays out, but they don't believe her and they think that the trial was a bit skewed because of the celebrity that Conor is and and because of, how his public perception isn't the greatest, and move on. The more they keep talking, the worse they are looking. They're actually looking, and they're actually going to end up looking worse than Conor. And he's the one that's got convicted of the thing, It's like, bruh.
I think she's absolutely.
You
fucking
shouldn't trust
bullshitting.
either of them. Is what?
No, I think Conor is also kind of not great, but
No, that's the thing. I think
Oh.
they're both
Conor is not great. The guy that hold
poor
on.
choices that night.
The guy that cheats on his fucking baby mum with like 3 kids at home or 2 kids at home at the time. He's been doing it repeatedly, of course, over the years. Clearly, we've seen evidence of that. Not trying to blow up his spot, but it is what it is. He's not great. Not great. Allegedly R-wording somebody. Not great. Not the best. It's not the best decision. Oopsie doopsie. R-worded.
It seems like you got out of hand, but I think they're both guilty of just being dumbasses.
yeah. They
But
both
then
fucked up.
because he's a famous person, there's gonna be
It's called
a reason to go after him.
autoerotic
Now,
asphyxiation
Yeah.
pause.
Yo, big up,
Get
big up,
with
big
the
up.
times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I guess so. I guess I need to get with the times. I guess I need to start strangling some itches out here, but unfortunately, the ones I deal with. Yeah, let's just keep on going. Big up, Austin Casey.
here's where it's tough to
Where?
defend Conor.
Why is it
So
tough?
you'll see a lot of people say, "Oh, this is a money play." You'll hear this all from most of the narrative out there. "Oh, this is just a money play," and usually I'm with you. For her, this is not a money play. Now, this
Yo, big up, High Def 10. Well gone.
Chin is worse than Conor. Hashtag Dexter.
Chin is just a fucking weirdo, man. That's what he is. He's just a fucking weirdo. Chin is just a fucking weirdo. Big up,
Chin
rarely a
looking like a
pod
full
photo.
mongoloid today.
I can't wait to get to the podcast Cringe video. I'm just getting through this now. I can't wait to get to the podcast Cringe because I want to see what he was able to pull out from this. I can't wait to get to the podcast Cringe video. But big up everybody tuning in. Oh my god, this is fucking fantastic. They are somehow making this all about themselves and making it worse and making themselves sound worse than Conor, which makes no sense to me in my head. But this is what's happening.
is over a 6-year period where she's been harassed. She had to move houses.
That's the problem.
Apparently, some people broke in her house, threatened her and her boyfriend. Right, so there's all that stuff. This is over 6 years. Apparently,
Hey, is that stuff good? By the way, is that stuff? Can we comment on that stuff? Can we comment on the home invasion shit? Is that stuff good? Let's actually see if I can get the article. Conor McGregor, accuser, home invasion. Let's see, because that story was crazy. I think someone got stabbed, didn't it? I think someone in the family got stabbed. There we go. Irish news. There we fucking go. Look at this. This is a fucking crazy story that allegedly wasn't allowed to be heard in court. I think I saw something. Masked and armed men carried out invasion on the home of Conor McGregor's accuser Nikita Hand. Masked men broke into the home of Nikita Hand, then burst into her bedroom before being driven out by her partner who suffered stab wounds. but details of the attack, which happened in June, were not revealed to the jury on the trial of Conor McGregor's judge, or Conor McGregor trial, after the judge ruled it was irrelevant to the claim. Imagine being a judge and thinking that's irrelevant to the claim. That's irrelevant. The person that's accusing a very high-profile person of the R word gets home invaded and her partner gets fucking stabbed and shit. That's irrelevant. They didn't steal anything. They just came in to just rough her up. For what? On whose behalf? Insane, bro. Hans counselor revealed in the submission before the jury was sworn, all wearing balaclavas, carried out the attack on her in, how you say that, Drimnagh, South Dublin home on June 14th. Mr. Boland added, so the court were told that they were driven out by her partner who suffered stab wounds, her younger daughter who was also in another room called 999. Mr. Boland added the gang broke in through the front windows of the house, then fled before the Gardaí arrived. I guess Gardaí is police. On behalf of Miss Hand, he wanted to introduce the evidence into evidence. He added that the lawyers were obviously not laying that the feet not laying that at the feet of the defendant or saying that he had anything to do with it, but were claiming it was linked to supporters of McGregor. Jesus Christ, bro. Did Brennan comment on that? Of course not.
Conor's team offered her a settlement and she refused it because she wants justice. That's the rumor.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is. So apparently Conor's team went, hey, we don't need to go to all trial. Here's a settlement, and she refused it. So that's over a 6-year period. She only got, I think, awarded like basically $275,000 in American dollars, which might cover lawyer fees. So when you say it's a money play, there's not much money here, and it changes her life forever. Because who would sign up for all this trauma, all this stuff nonstop? And it's not like she got $50 million, $10 million, even $1 million. So when it comes to the monetary, it's just not there. So my reason, when I before you speak, Case, my thing was like, why would, and this is pro her, it's like, why would anybody, and she has a child, why would anybody go through this for 6 years? All the abuse she got, I'm sure all the harassment online.
This is a communications degree in the US. He's got 2 degrees. This man has 2 degrees, man. The American education system, man. This man's got 2 degrees. Insane.
It has to be fucking brutal, dude. Conor's beloved by the majority of the world. Why would you sign up for all that knowing you're not going to get a big payday at the end? See, to me, that doesn't sound like something that someone who's making shit up would do.
AZ, why will the famous UK boys cheat on their beautiful wives with objectively ugly women? Because we just don't have many. There's just not. I don't know. I think as a country, we just love whores, innit? We just love whores, man. And I think the majority of UK women are pretty stuck up, I think, compared to American ladies. I think it's way harder to get to the final base with an UK woman vis-a-vis American woman. I think that's why a lot of English guys like to go to America, because, you guys hook up, on site. You don't even kiss, you go straight to the flipping penetration. So I think when a legit whore comes around, like this woman was like she had a child at home allegedly, and she went on a 3-day bender with Conor and let her mum look after her kid while she was, allegedly, sucking and fugging and sniffing and stuff. So I think when UK guys find a legit whore, they tend to be, not on the most attractive side, and it's also very rare. So they're like, wow, and they take the chance, even though, they don't match up to their girlfriend or fiance or whatever. They just do it because, it's not a chance that you get usually. So, but personally, I think it's just not worth the risk. It's just fucking irresponsible and just crazy and not very needed, and just will cause too much embarrassment for your family. But what do I know? We got really.
Conor had whiskey goggles on. She is buckled.
Yeah, but I guess when you're in a party mood, when you're on like a bender like that, like Conor's sick. Like guys, big up Raleigh podcast. According to Google, this guy got $600 million for the sale of Proper 12 in 2021. Let's say he got half. Let's say he got 200 mil. That's still 200 million burning a hole in his pocket. The amount of drugs you could buy with that, the amount of good times you could have with that. it makes everybody turn into fucking J-Lo, you know? And sometimes when you're out, whoever's around, you know, it's Pound Town, man.
She was asking for 1.7, 1 million in loss of earnings, roughly 750K for rehousing, because as you brought up, her house was broken into.
But the court just awarded her 275,000.
Correct, yeah. Which, and to your point, there wasn't even a guarantee that she was going to get that. Had she lost, she would have had to pay Conor's. So when, to your point about taking a settlement, that versus the gamble of going to trial, not only not getting what you're asking for, but potentially having to pay money, supports your point of why even go through all this.
I know.
But you said you don't believe her.
Jid.
Could you make your mind up?
Like mentally ill.
Oh my God, Chin, what are you doing? What are you doing, son? Oh my God! Imagine how offended you'd be. Imagine how offended you'd be if Chin is calling you mentally ill. Imagine how offended you would be if Chin Su Yi, the guy who thinks Australia is in Europe, is calling you mentally ill. Oh, what a legend. What an absolute legend. Come on, play.
That's what I think.
Damn, dog.
Seriously though.
I don't know.
Can we maybe expound on this a little bit? Why do you think she's mentally ill? What part of the story here is giving you mental illness, Chin? Could you maybe elaborate a little bit, flesh it out a little bit, maybe kind of use your words, explain? Maybe.
I do not know. It's a tough one. Now, if Conor didn't have the CCTV, the video, he'd be screwed.
Without a doubt. Thankfully,
screwed.
there's everyone's being watched now. Cameras are everywhere.
Here's the other thing that's kind of fishy. Again, all of it's fishy, dude. All of it's like, what the fuck? For Conor, you know what it is for Conor? Yeah. For Conor, and I'm not saying whether he's guilty or innocent. You know what this is? Disappointing.
Of course.
God damn, dude. The fuck are you doing, dude?
Yes.
Is he gonna cry like he did with Crystalia? Is he gonna cry about this? Is he gonna actually cry? Is he gonna cry?
A great wife that supports him through everything. Is just like, fuck, man.
She supports him for cheating, you mean? Yeah.
Now, here's what else is weird is after all this takes place and she lied to her boyfriend multiple times about her whereabouts, who she's with, she comes back to the house and he records their conversation.
The boyfriend did? Mm-hmm.
Of saying, well, who did it? It seemed, and they played in court, it seems a little like, Conor, I thought you didn't know what happened. I thought none of this made any sense. So your first thought's to record it?
But she didn't say Conor in that recording, right?
I don't know.
I believe she didn't say Conor in that, which, again, I mean, I don't think you can really take into account what she's saying to her boyfriend. She's not going to tell the truth to her boyfriend after a night like even remotely close to what has happened.
And if the boyfriend even has a recording out, she must have done shit in the past where she's fucking crazy.
Yeah. But here's the other thing, right? Like the whole thing is like, well, she would never.
In Chin's eyes, everyone that cheats has got a mental illness. I love Chin. Everyone that cheats is mentally ill. She's just fucking crazy. She's gonna kill somebody. Fucking pug face cunt.
Have sex. When her intentions weren't to have sex, she was just trying to meet up, whatever.
What the fuck?
Well, hold on. Especially if she's on her period, a woman wouldn't do that. Oh God, we have proof that she was down, sending sexual pictures, alluding to that's what was going to go down.
Yeah.
It's weird,
to
right?
say a girl will not have sex when she's on her period is such bullshit. I'm sure you guys. I'm not going to go that deep, but anyways.
Yeah, you're disgusting.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Chin. I'm sure everyone is. I love how Chin is like finding every excuse to mention that he's had sex before. Have you noticed recently? He loves like just mentioning things without even any encouragement. Chin's always mentioning like slyly that he's had sex. Not even slyly, very heavy-handedly. Congrats, bro, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Strange, right?
It's, dude, I think she's such a bullshit. That's my opinion. She's bullshitting. But I also think Conor's, he probably was like super aggressive too. That's what I think happened too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's just about like the assault part, then I get it.
The bruising.
Yeah. Like if she got hurt and she was scared, I get that.
Yeah.
But the whole rape thing, I don't believe that.
And they didn't find him guilty of rape, but you'll see Conor accused of.
Yo, big up Angel.
Your Honor, if it please the court, she was about it.
But she sucked my dick on the way there, Connor. She sucked my dick on the way there, Your Honor. She was literally gagging for it, Your Honor. But she was awake when she got into the room. It's like, what? What did you just say?
Of rape. Conor charged with rape. Like, no, that was actually thrown out. That's not. He's accused of assault.
Assault, yeah.
Hey, the assault is still not.
It sucks.
Hey, Brendan, the assault is still not good, brother. Like this nitpicking. The assault is still not good, brother. The assault is very, very, very bad. No, the assault is very, very bad. I would assume, but hey, what do I know?
Conor keeps putting himself in these positions, man.
It's not good. It's not good. And I think this actually. So, if you guys kind of know the rumblings, right? If you guys know the rumblings, UFC knows way more.
Yeah.
So I think this is actually in conjunction with why Conor's fight hasn't been announced, why the Michael Chandler fight got pushed. To my understanding, is UFC brass went to Ireland to check out Conor, and he wasn't in the right frame of mind, was in the right shape to take on a professional MMA bout. And they're like, and with all this lingering, they're like, not happening. And Conor still wanted to fight. They're like, absolutely not. They knew this was coming. Of
course, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why that got delayed. Sure, you can say a toe or whatever the fuck you want to make up, but
I love how he acts like he has all this inside knowledge. Everyone's saying the same thing. I love how he's thinking like he made up this theory himself. Like, oh yeah, I'm enlightened. Hey, let me give you a little insight into the. Everyone's doing the same maths. Everyone's figuring stuff out in real time. Fucking hell. Big up Wingus McDingus. Wagwan G.
Big up Oz. Big up
Yes,
Oz
yes,
Nation.
yes.
We live in a society gamers rise up, and J Ranger is one of the 248 Bean Cheese Bean. This YouTube content is truly commendable, and I must applaud them for the fantastic work. I was introduced to this content this week, and I
stupid. You're so stupid. I'm happy it cut you off. I was introduced to this content this week, and I'm genuinely, I don't know what it says at the end there, but big up you. It cut you off after a while, but big up because and big up NJ Ranger for being one of the 248 bean cheese bean. Thank him.
this is the main reason.
Oh, main reason or main reason?
This is the main reason.
Okay, main.
For the UFC, it kind of puts them in a tough spot.
Yeah. Big up NJ.
With
Big
all
up
the
Austin
bridges
Casey.
Bappa
Well
has
done.
burned, does anyone that isn't redacted think he has any inside info at all?
I'm just surprised that I'm not surprised. That's why liars doing it. It's just an unnecessary, like, it's like when back in the day you had a friend that would say, yeah, I know someone that works at Sony. I know someone that works at PlayStation that can get discounts. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You know someone that works at PC World. You know someone that works at Curry's. Cool. But you don't know someone at fucking PlayStation, you fucking fool. Yo, yeah, big up space guy.
Wara declined for Conor. From the top of the world to the bottom in 5 years.
Nah, he'll be fine, man. He'll be fine. Some of my financial people I'm sure I've got some financial wizards in the chat Like, can he even spend all that money in a lifetime? Is it possible? Can he actually blow through 600 million before he dies? I don't think so. Plus whatever else he's making, aside from that, come on, man, he'll be fine, man. He'll be fine.
Bot right?
Yeah, I don't know what they do right now.
Because they're trying to sign these TV rights deal. You know, Netflix is kind of the kind of, what is it? Netflix is the main platform they want to be on, and I'm sure Conor was a big part of that.
Really? Big up Space Guy and Asad Aziz. Easily, you could spend 600 mil. How old is Conor now? 30 what? 38 or something? You could blow 600 mil before you're 60. Or before you're 80 or something. You could blow through that 600 million if someone gave you it. No, but he doesn't gamble that much though, innit? He's not really a big gambler. He looks like more of a party boy. He's not like Dana White. Yes, he might gamble, but he's not like Dana. He's just buying drugs, fancy cars, fancy clothes, traveling and drinking a bunch. He doesn't look like he gambles heavy like Dana and shit. So I think it's really difficult to blow through that amount on booze and drugs and garms. I would think so personally, but I could be wrong.
Negotiation. Now Netflix like, bro, we don't want him on here. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the.
Yeah.
Because Netflix had Mike Tyson on.
Yeah.
Again, I love Mike Tyson. I'm not shitting on him at all.
No, you don't love Mike Tyson. You were shitting on him, and he heard you were shitting on him, stepped to you, put his nuts in front of your face, and you didn't want to look at him. You don't love Mike Tyson. You hate him. For whatever reason, cool. You can hate who you want. But let's maybe stand on our shit. Let's be a bit braver and just say, yeah, that fight was shit. Mike looked like shit. I don't ever want to see him fight again. Let's not try and play this cool media, impartial, I'm the fan of everybody game. That boat has sailed. Mike Tyson's never going to be your friend.
You got accused of rape, served time in prison. You guys were cool with that. Keep the same energy. You know, it's like...
How are we going to keep the same energy when most people like Tyson and not the way they like Conor? Even Conor fans, hardcore Conor fans, are starting to fall out of love with the guy. Maybe Tyson got forgiven because people just liked him more. Or, you know, he had a better redemption arc and shit. But it's like comparing them both is fucking insane, especially when you think about the time, you know, the era that those things happened and it was in. It's like, come on, man. Come on.
Showtime was cool with Floyd Mayweather. Everyone's cool with Floyd. You ever looked into his dark history? Everyone's cool with Mike Tyson. Yeah, I'm on the podcast. Yeah, I'm here. This, all this. Okay.
Another thing with the jurors. Did you hear about the jurors?
8 out of 12 were women.
Yes. So
you need 9 to be found guilty, right?
That's a real thing. Like 8 women, 4 men. Like, come on, that's a real thing.
Yeah, that's not good. The other thing is Conor's, you know, has talked very openly about politics in Ireland, and they're actually going through an election right now. So there's a lot.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man, this guy. Just say you don't believe the girl. It's okay to have your point of view, but these fucking nonsense conspiracy theories that he spent 2 minutes Googling about on fucking line is insane. He probably couldn't name you a party in flipping Ireland, let alone who might be the president / prime minister. He has no idea what's going on. He is fucking opining like he does. Like, allow it. Fucking allow it.
It's just, you know what it is? It's a lot of shit to get through to find the truth, and who knows if we'll ever find out. I don't know. I don't
want to put you on the spot, but what do you think? You think she's...
I do not know, Chin.
Okay.
I don't know.
Good enough.
Pussy. And another example as to why this guy will never do the right wing grift legitimately, or would not do the right wing grift successfully. He just lacks courage. He lacks backbone. He lacks any cojones to really say some dicey, controversial, contrarian things just for the sake of it. Even if he doesn't believe it himself, he doesn't know how to do it. Absolutely useless. God damn this guy, man. After all of that pontificating, and ahhing, arguing from both sides, but originally starting off saying you don't believe her, now all of a sudden you ask point blank, who do you believe? I don't know.
I'd say I don't know, but again, I've seen how this affects guys' lives and stuff like that.
We don't give a fuck.
I
How about
think
the
history.
How about the victim? We don't give a fuck about your comedian friends who are fucking pieces of shit. How about the victims, bro? I see how it affects these guys' lives. Fuck them.
Of her lying a ton. She's not the most honest person. She's not the most truthful person. So when the evidence came up of her being lovey-dovey after the fact, and she goes, "Oh, I don't remember any of that." That's tough for me. That's very tough.
I call bullshit 100%.
Yeah.
But I also think Conor did probably like really go to town on her too, which is not cool. But
Yep.
Which is not cool. Conor clearly did knock her black and blue. Not cool. That guy is not a swell guy. That R word, not a swell guy.
Yeah.
oh, by the way, this also happened. So
He's appealing it too.
yeah,
So we'll see.
yeah. So he lost one of his. He was apparently a big video game character for Hitman, which is like I guess really popular. I don't know
Huge
shit
game.
about games, but
Yeah.
but they dropped him and they said right here.
In light of recent court ruling regarding Conor McGregor, IO Interactive has made a decision to cease collaboration with the athlete effective immediately. Yeah.
Hey. If you're gonna read aloud, maybe take your time, breathe, and also maybe take your hand away from your mouth so you can enunciate your words. Maybe don't rush through it like you're reading it to yourself, and maybe move your hand from your mouth and speak directly into the microphone. Maybe.
My research cannot ignore implications. You remove all content featuring McGregor from it. That's a big deal.
I hate seeing stuff like this because it's like, dude, they're just trying to save face for themselves, but it's so stupid. Like, look into it, research it more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
What? Why is Chin acting all like angry and stroppy about this? Does Chin have something he needs to share? Is Chin gonna get cancelled soon? What the flip is going on here? Chin is a redact, isn't it? I think there was people on the Fire and the Kid subreddit that were hoping when Chin gets good do, she's gonna go on the subreddit and do an AMA and all these sort. I don't think so. I think Chin definitely drank the Kool-Aid. He believes. You know, he's not going anywhere. What a fucking freak. God damn indeed. What can you do? Oh, yo.
it's such bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Brands, jump off.
Because they're so scared, but it's like, what the fuck?
I think the climate's a little different now, but yeah, I mean, for Callen, who's nowhere near as famous as Conor, here's the difference too: is Conor's set. Conor's set.
By the way, these little subs he's throwing at Callen, I don't know if I'm Bryan Callen, I'm a little bit pissed off. Can you stop talking about my financial situation? Can you stop making it seem like I'm dead broke or I'm like down bad and I need to tour to make money to keep the lights on and pay the alimony, which is probably true. But the way Brendan is talking about it without Brian's permission, it sounds like he's trying to present Bryan as like a charity case or something. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Have some class, man. Have some class. Have some dignity for your friend. God damn it. I don't even like fucking Bryan Callen and I'm defending him. Jesus.
It sucks for him. It sucks for as far as his marketing and exposure. That's a huge video game, Jin. Massive. So it's a big deal.
And he's like a big character in it too.
Big deal. So for that to drop him, that sucks. But it's still, his life won't change in any facet.
He's good, yeah.
No, in any facet, he's good.
Anyway, we've done that. Let's watch Podcast Cringe. This guy's talking over his eyes. Let's have Podcast Cringe has to say, because he's got some things to say. Where's Podcast Cringe video? Let's go to him. Let's hear what he has to say about this. I'm curious to hear what Podcast Cringe has to say. There we go. There he is.
I have a very close friend, my best friend, who's falsely confused. Whether you're guilty or not, whether they find you guilty or not, whatever they're gonna find you, whatever he's gonna, appeal this, whatever the end of the verdict is, whatever it is, even if in the retrial or whatever
Oh my god! Pick up Podcast Cringe. I didn't even notice this. Oh my god! Is this Adderall? What's happening here, people? Why can't he get his words out? What's wrong with his brain? Is he like brain damaged?
Guilty or not, whether they find you guilty or not, whatever they're gonna find you, whatever he's gonna, appeal this, whatever the end of the verdict is, whatever it is,
What?
even if in the retrial or whatever in the what word?
Jesus Christ! One more time. His brain is broken.
Whatever they're gonna find you, whatever he's gonna, appeal this, whatever the end of the verdict is, whatever it is, even if in the retrial or whatever in the
Oh my God! It hurts. I'm getting a headache, man. God Almighty, he's legitimately broken. His brain doesn't need a flipping. Like the old TVs, you have to beat them on the side to get the fucking screen to be clear. That's what you probably need to do to Brendan's head.
What word am I looking for? Peel? Even the peel?
Bro, you just said the word. How did you forget it that quick?
Not a lawyer. I don't know if you guys know this. Not a lawyer. I have CT, probably a splash of it. Not gonna lie to you.
Watching Brendan Schaub try to reinvent himself every couple of years is like watching a baby never learn to walk. Full marks for effort, but 0 marks for execution. And while he threw in the towel on his stand-up comedy career at the beginning of this year, the unintentional comedy he offers every week on his podcast keeps us coming back for more. The Top 250 lolcow business is booming this year. So when I saw the thumbnail and title for the latest episode of The Schaub Show, I laughed so hard that a little bit of pee came out.
Jesus
Conor
Christ.
McGregor trial for dummies. And the thumbnail has the Learning Made Easy trademark for dummies. But the funniest part is they're not leaning into it, they're actually being serious. Brendan and his producer Chin really thought they could give us a legal breakdown of the McGregor trial and help to educate all of us casuals on how the Irish legal system works and shed some light on all the little nuances that the lawyers, jury and judge got wrong. Because being thousands of miles away in a podcast studio gives you the best vantage point when it comes to analysing all the facts and evidence. For dummies, by dummies. Nailed it. And honestly, who better than Brendan, the business shark Schaub, to break down a complicated legal case for us? This is the guy who didn't know he was suing a YouTuber for copyright infringement until over 18 months into the case. He actually thought it was a defamation case. So his lawyers had to get him to sign a declaration that he understood the difference between copyright and defamation and then submit it to the court. But not only that, he lost the case to a degenerate live streamer who was representing himself, or as Brendan likes to call it, pro bono. Now you can start to see why I got so excited to hear Bupper's breakdown of this lawsuit.
I don't want to say it's not a thing, but the Conor McGregor being accused of assaulting a woman, it was not. It's not big news here unless you're kind of a hardcore, you know what's going on. But as far as like on mainstream media, it's not a thing here. And I've been getting so many DMs and emails like, dude, what do you think of this Conor stuff? And man, is everyone freaking out in America? I'm like, dude, when I say it's not a thing here, the public didn't get freaking privy to it till he actually got convicted of assault. And it was like a ticker on the bottom of ESPN. That's it. I'd say 98% of America didn't even know this was going on, which is insane because over in Ireland, over in Europe, this is like mainstream paparazzi. If people are following it day by day, it's a big deal over there. I knew that was going on, but for the rest of, especially casuals, had no clue. Like my dad, once he saw the ticker at the bottom, was like, Conor McGregor found guilty of, aggravated assault, whatever they're saying it is now. He's like, what? Are you kidding me? And I was like, you didn't know? He's like, no, what's going on? I'm like, oh, buddy, do you have time to...
I love how Brendan's household, the one that he refused to speak to for the majority of his career, is now the barometer at which he kind of is able to judge who is able to judge who. I love it.
Chat, because it's going to be a deep dive.
But it's also important to remember this is a civil case. It's not a criminal.
Yes.
And what an absolutely brilliant way to start this breakdown by saying Conor McGregor was found guilty of assault, only to be corrected by his producer Chin, who's also a known redact, yet still understands the difference between a civil and criminal trial. Throughout the whole 40-minute breakdown, Brendan would refer to the civil court's finding that McGregor is liable for SA as being guilty, which made me tingle every single time. But the sheer arrogance on display from our boy Bappa cannot be ignored. Of course, he had to start it off by explaining to us listeners how he's in a unique position, with his ear to the ground on such matters. He's been following this closely because of his ties to the UFC and his dedication to covering all things MMA in a timely and considered manner. However, there's one unique factor that apparently qualifies him as an expert on this particular legal matter,
Because his friends
and
are
it's
rapists.
his relationship
Exactly.
with Bryan Callen.
Exactly.
Never has there been a media personality that threw more people under the bus every week for absolutely no reason at all. You'll see what I mean.
Thank you. He's going to mention what I mentioned. Brendan going out of his way to mention that Bryan Callen is struggling financially. By the way, I don't know who mentioned it in the stream chat? Pick up the stream chat. Who mentioned it in the stream chat? Someone mentioned it. One of you guys mentioned it actually before. You guys are plugged in. Somebody mentioned in the stream chat before that Brian's actually struggling. Like he owes a bunch of people money. He's always lending money from people. Somebody said it in the stream chat. I don't know who. Somebody said it. So maybe it's a known kind of, what you call it? Secret in the industry. I don't know. But you're his friend, man. You're his friend. Hold him down, bro. Hold him down. Hold him down. Hold him down. Pretend everything's okay. You present a united front. You don't go out there putting his business out there for no reason, bro. It's fucking crazy. Brian talks about quite a lot of things about his personal life, but he doesn't mention his finances. Why is fucking Brendan mentioning it then? What a piece of shit.
In a moment. So not only is he part of the 2% of Americans that actually knew about this case, he ain't just some casual who regurgitates what he hears from so-called experts and podcasters. I mean, surely Brendan did his own due diligence, right?
So I've done, tried to do my due diligence, listening to these experts that have chimed in on it. I've listened to other podcasts. When you talk about this stuff, it's tough, especially coming from my experience where, oh boy, it's tough because when I hear this stuff, obviously I'm gonna have a different perspective. I have a very close friend, my best friend, who's falsely accused of
my best friend,
and it ruined his life. My friend Bryan Callen is one of the good guys that suffered from this, and Brian's a fighter, and he won't.
Why is he one of the good guys, by the way? Why is Brian one of the good guys? Because he's your friend. Why is that a fucking qualifier? Why is that a defense? Why? He's one of the good guys, huh? Just defend him, innit? Like, he's one of the good guys. All right.
Speak on it too much, but it really messed him up. Messed him up financially.
Jesus Christ.
Tour every weekend just to make ends meet. And that's not how this is supposed to go.
Jesus Christ. Brendan's the kind of person you never lend money to. No, Brendan's the kind of person you never lend money off. Because he'll give it to you. He seems like he's a pretty giving person. But you never know who he's going to talk to about it and what he's going to say behind your back about it. So you have to be very careful. Very, 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 very careful. People like this, what a piece of shit.
The way comedy should work is a guy at his level should be able to maybe do one show a month, or
that's not how it works, bro. No one's entitled to anything.
Pick and choose when he's on the road.
That's not how it works.
Work for 30 years in the.
Now we know why Brendan's career failed. This is his mindset. Now we know why he had to quit stand-up comedy. This is how his brain works. Now we know why he had to quit stand-up comedy. Now we fucking know. Now we fucking know why this reader had to quit stand-up comedy. Now we know. Now is it live? It's Brian now. Should we wrote Brian now?
Clubs in the theaters, in podcasting. He's put in all the work where at his age, he shouldn't be on the road all the time. He should be enjoying the fruits of his labor.
Why shouldn't he?
Raising his children.
Why shouldn't he
and
be?
Doing what he wants to do.
He doesn't want to raise his children. He sits in his Tesla screaming into the phone. He's recording podcasts all the time. He's flying around the country doing comedy shows. He doesn't actually want to be with his children. Fuck out of here, man. The guy doesn't like being with his family. He's got two of them. For a reason. Let's be real.
and doing spots around town, and all that was taken away from him with a simple tweet. No evidence, zero evidence, no trial, nothing. Just boom. Hearsay. She said, he said. I know the details. It's not my job to speak on it, nor do I have that authority. That's Bryan's thing. I know the exact details, and it's awful what happened.
Yo, big up Asad
I've
Aziz.
been
Appreciate
working a
you.
real job longer than Brendan's been doing comedy. He's absolutely right. I deserve to only work once a month and be financially stable.
Exactly. Imagine the entitlement in thinking that you and it's also this idea that you deserve to be in that same career for the rest of your life. What if you just had a good run and now it's over and you have to kind of, wake up and kind of get a real job like everyone else has to, or figure something else out? That's all entirely possible. I don't think that's a failure. You had a good run. You was able to be a part of Rogan's Inner Circle. You made some money, put on some shows, travel the world. Cool. It didn't work out until the end. A bit disappointing, but had a good run. What's Bryan, 60? His entire years on Earth, he hasn't had to work a real job. Most of it was spent on Mad TV? Loads of credits on movies and shit. He's done pretty well for himself, really. This idea that he has to kind of have it forever is insane. If anything, that cancellation would have made me want to change course and kind of pivot to something else. Not still double down on what he's already doing. Obviously, he just did it because it's the only thing he knows how to do, and that's easy, that came to hand. But maybe that, whole allegation thing should have been a wake-up call. He needed to kind of pivot completely, but he didn't. And now he got Brendan baiting up all his business. Nice.
Awful. Ruined his life. Bryan does his best, and he does the show. So if you want to support Bryan, buy ticket to a show.
He does his
buy
best.
Ticket to a show.
He's
watch
such
his
a
podcast.
cunt.
I'm obviously gonna have.
I feel like this is coming from a place where, maybe I've figured it out. I feel like Brendan might have lent Bryan money recently and he hasn't paid him back. Maybe this is why we're getting this exposure of his friend on the podcast to support the Conor McGregor stuff. I don't know what Bryan's situation has to do with Conor, and I don't know why he's mentioning him anyway. But I feel like maybe he might have lent Bryan money, he hasn't paid him back. This is why he's saying this.
A different perspective on this stuff, where when I hear this stuff, I go, I need to hear more. I think most people go, oh my God, Conor's a piece of shit. I knew it. This guy raped this girl. This is terrible. Because of my experience.
Oh, big up Joe. I like that take, Joe. Joe said 100% Bappa blames Rinks for the podcast drop-off numbers. Ooh, I like that take. That could be possible. Brendan is so narcissistic, is so crazy, is so sociopathic that I could actually believe a scenario, or actually believe that he believes that the reason why the podcast fell off is because of Bryan's rape allegations and everything else that transpired after the fact, when reality was the pod was on a downward trajectory anyway, even back then. Maybe, yeah. Maybe he does actually, not so secretly hate Bryan, really. That's maybe the truth of it.
I don't believe it. It's on the consumer to figure out and form your own opinion. Don't listen to certain journalists or MMA experts or personalities who despise Conor McGregor. They're going to be biased, and they can paint a picture.
Hold on, didn't he say he's biased too because Bryan Callen got cancelled for the same thing? And now he's telling you not to listen to other people who might have biases when he clearly said he has one too. Cool.
That's probably going to convince you otherwise. We can get into it, but I just want you guys to know where I'm coming from. I'm going to have a very different perspective because one of my closest friends, my brother, has gone through, not to this degree, but it took everything from him.
Just when everyone had started to forget about the allegations against Bryan Callen, Bappa starts running his injected lips and reminds everyone about the multiple assault and harassment accusations against Bryan over a space of nearly 20 years. Exactly. And Brendan's done this so many times, he uses the people around him and blurts out details about their personal lives just so he has something to say. Most of the time, he doesn't actually have a point, though. For example, he just tried to convince us that he's in an unbiased position relative to other commentators and McGregor haters because he's close to someone who was accused of similar acts but was unable to clear his name despite trying to sue one of their husbands and failing. Honestly, it drives me nuts how often Brendan brings up Bryan's allegations.
I'll get emotional here. It drives me, if we're being honest, leave this, Jin. Don't edit this out.
That's a good point, you know. I never thought. Big up podcast Cringe. That's a fucking good point. Brendan does bring up Bryan's allegations and more than Bryan brings them up. And he's the one that was accused. He's the one that should be defending himself. Fuck. Maybe there is some truth to this. Maybe Brendan does secretly hate Bryan and blames him for the decline of TFATK. Shit.
I'm speaking from my heart. I know you're not going to like this. I'm going to look right. It drives me nuts. Nuts that Bryan's at where he's at. I will challenge anyone, any comic, to go on stage after Callen. And you're telling me Bryan's not better than 99% of those fucking comics. It drives me nuts that he's not up there with those guys. And you want to... It drives me nuts that he's not up there with those guys. It drives me nuts that he's not up there with those guys. And it drives me nuts that he's not up there with those guys. And you want to outcast him over some bullshit? That's what I don't with. That's what upsets me. So what makes me proud and not mad, I'm trying to get mad, what makes me proud is he's not going to lash out about it. Bryan's cool. Bryan goes to work. Bryan's doing the road. Bryan's trying to sell tickets. But I'll tell you right now, I don't forget. That shit's not cool with me. That's why you don't see me at those fucking places.
I don't think she could read right now.
1,000th episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about Sainaz. I forgot about fucking Sainaz earning her money. I forgot about fucking Sainaz earning... Oh shit, wrong one, bro. Wrong way. I forgot about fucking Sainaz earning her money. Let's get Sainaz on the screen. I've completely forgot about old Sainaz earning her money. Look at her. Look at Sanaz. Look at Sanaz down there. Can you see her? Hold on. Let me move this across so you can see her. Yo, big up Ranger. Appreciate you, brother.
Remember how much gold we mined from that drop the first time?
Yeah,
around,
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Nuts. Honestly, what a good day, man. What a great day. You know how funny that day was, right? Do you remember I thought it was going to be a celebration? Do you remember how naive I was? Where I thought, oh yeah, 1,000th episode, they're going to make it into like a fun thing. And then it turned into like, it turned into a funeral. It turned into a funeral, brother. Do you remember? I honestly thought it was going to be fun. Happy vibes. Theo pop in, Chris pops in, Will Sasso, laughy, jokey, ha ha ha. And it just turned into a depressive stream. Sainaz asking all the fucking hard-hitting, pretty personal, brutal questions. God almighty, bro. Horror show of an episode, a horror show. Let me play it. So
I don't think she could read right now.
1,000th episode.
Look at Sainaz. Look at Sainaz.
Yeah. So.
Look at Sainaz.
Read right now.
1,000th episode.
Yeah. So.
So if
Look
Bryan's
at her.
struggling...
One more time.
Episode.
Look at her.
Yeah.
So if Bryan's struggling financially, why doesn't Bappa just pay him more instead of rage crying over the allegations? If Bryan Callen is struggling to make ends meet and has to actually work for a living like the rest of us, instead of living off daddy's money like Bappa, what's wrong with that? Bryan's in his late 50s. In fact, he's only a year older than Rogan. Plenty of people work into their late 50s, dude. Is it possible that Bryan's just not that funny and can't sell out big enough venues to tour once a month? And wasn't Brendan the one who cancelled Bryan by taking him off the podcast because of advertiser backlash when all the accusations came out? Where was the rage crying then, B? What are we doing here? Anyway, let's get back to Brendan's lol suit analysis.
This is so complicated. I've been following pretty closely. It's pretty complicated Meaning I can paint a narrative for you guys that will make you believe that Conor's completely innocent. I can do that pretty easily.
Okay,
I
do
can
it.
also paint a picture where the accuser is completely correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, pretty easily too. Pretty easily too. That's the problem with this. That's the problem with this. We can start with
Innocent and correct. Innocent and correct. Oh, he has 2 degrees, man. Innocent and correct, you know. How do you plead? Correct. This guy is perfect. I love this guy so much.
Conor. So when I tell you all this stuff, what I want you to do is in the back of your mind, think if this wasn't Conor McGregor, would this have any sort of validation? If it wasn't the most famous mixed martial artist of all time,
martial
if he
artist.
wasn't the biggest name
What'd you say there?
mixed martial artist of all time,
Look how you
if
pronounce
he
artist.
wasn't the most famous mixed martial artist of all time,
Nah, we got to get a zoom on his mouth when he says that. Mish Marharara. What was that? What the fuck was that sound?
validation. If it wasn't the most famous mixed martial artist of all time, if he wasn't the most famous mixed martial artist of all time,
He definitely gets his lips plumped, innit? I know I'm very late on this, but he definitely gets his lips plumped, innit? He definitely gets his lips plumped. Definitely he has some syringes placed into his lips. 100%, innit? 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. He has a syringe inserted into the corners of his lips. Maybe, you know, every other month. For sure. He probably gets a 2-for-1 special. Him and Slojo go there together. 100%. 100%. Those lips are filled.
if he wasn't the biggest name in UFC history, is this even, are you believing any of it? This is what, 2018? So he goes out, it's not out in the town, right? He gets texts and pictures from this woman who's accusing him of these acts. I'm talking pretty sexual pictures, pretty, sexting, stuff like that.
Sexting, stuff like that.
She does have a boyfriend and she does have a child. So there's that, right? And this is where you're just like, Jesus Christ, Conor is a party animal. This isn't like one night. This is a 2 to 3 day bender on cocaine and alcohol. I mean, 3 days? 2-3 days is insane. I've never done coke, so I guess you just go all night. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I guess that's what
Chin
you do
goes
on
in
coke.
there.
Chin's done it. Apparently they're partying, they're doing their thing, and her claim is then Conor forcibly held her down and had his way with her. During all this, she's texting her boyfriend, lying to her boyfriend, where her whereabouts, who she's with. She didn't mention Conor or anything like that. There's CCTV, so in the hotel, that shows her after the time when she said she was, assaulted, that she is hugging Conor, kissing Conor, taking drinks, convincing other people leaving the party to stay and party more. Okay. Apparently she saw some therapist that said, no, it's just a delayed reaction and that's PTSD. That's tough for me to believe. So she went to the hospital. I think she went to the clinic, and the bruises on her arms and legs and body, they're like, we've never seen anything this bad. That's not good. That's not good. I think that's ultimately what convinced the jury that Conor's kind of at least liable for some of the damages. And now remember, he wasn't found guilty of rape.
No.
He was found guilty, I think, of assault.
Okay, so Brendan brings up some valid points there around credibility. However, these days in courtrooms around the world, especially cases of this nature, there's no generally accepted standard of behavior for an alleged victim. A lot of the things that Brendan pointed out are irrelevant when judges and juries are determining whether or not consent was given. However, this is the most important detail that they missed, and honestly, this is why guys like Brendan and Chin shouldn't really be talking about this shit or giving their opinions. Conor was not found guilty of anything. It was a civil case. Conor is an innocent man in the eyes of the law. He was found liable for SA, resulting in an award of damages to the plaintiff of around $250,000. So, for someone who claims to have been all over this case and following it from the beginning, listening to expert analysis and various breakdowns on different podcasts, he still can't understand the simplest legal terminology. It kind of makes sense, though, why he's spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees himself with absolutely nothing to show except for a judgment against him. I thought he was a numbers guy.
Here's where it's tough to defend Conor. For her, this is not a money play. Now, this is over a 6-year period where she's been harassed. She had to move houses.
That's the problem.
Apparently, some people broke in her house, threatened her and her boyfriend, right? So there's all that stuff. Apparently, Conor's team offered her a settlement and she refused it because she wants justice. That's the rumor.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is. So apparently, Conor's team went, hey, we don't need to go to all trial. Here's the settlement, and she refused it. So that's over a 6-year period. She only got, I think, awarded like basically $275,000 in American dollars, which might cover lawyer fees. So when you say it's a money play, there's not much money here, and it changes her life forever. Because who would sign up for all this trauma, all this stuff nonstop? And it's not like she got $50 million, $10 million, even $1 million.
She was asking for 1.7, $1 million in loss of earnings, roughly $750K for rehousing, because as you brought up, her house was broken into.
But the court just awarded her $275,000?
Correct, yeah. Which, and to your point, there wasn't even a guarantee that she was going to get that. Had she lost, she would have had to pay Conor's. So to your point about taking a settlement, that versus the gamble of going to trial, not only not getting what you're asking for, but potentially having to pay money, supports your point of why even go through all this.
I know.
I honestly think she's like mentally ill. That's what I think.
Oh, jeez.
Damn, dog.
Seriously though.
I don't know.
Okay, so everything they all just said there is almost entirely wrong.
Okay.
First of all, the damages order that got handed down by the court does not include legal costs. So Brendan's theory that a lot of the money will just cover her legal fees is complete bullshit. There will be a separate costs hearing to determine how the legal bills are split up. But generally in these cases, the defendant who lost would have to pay all of the plaintiff's legal fees. However, there is a possibility that she could have to pay Conor's legal fees even though she won, and it's all to do with the fact that Conor offered a settlement that she rejected. Basically, when you're in a civil dispute and the defendant offers you, the plaintiff, a settlement and you reject it, but then you go on to win the case at trial and the damages you're awarded are less than the previous settlement offer, the court could order you to pay all the defendant's legal fees from the time
Why
you
is that?
rejected
That's
that
fucking
settlement.
insane.
This is called the Calder Bank mechanism, and it exists to encourage parties to settle out of court and take pressure off the court system.
Okay.
And it makes sense, right? If you reject a decent settlement offer and then the court awards you less damages than that settlement, well, then you've just wasted
Wasted
everyone's
court
time and money.
Fair play.
That's why the woman in this case could actually end up going broke, even though she won.
Jesus
and I
Christ.
actually think this is a possibility because if you're in McGregor's position, right, and you've got this woman coming after you, she was asking for $1.7 billion initially. Conor said in court that he's earned over $650 million in career earnings.
Christ.
So I can see how his settlement offer could have been well over the $250K figure she was awarded by the court. In that case, she would then be liable for all of Conor's legal fees after the date she rejected the offer, even though she won. I guess that reinforces Brendan's point, though, that she wasn't in it for the money and that she just wanted to clear her name and get some justice. We'll have to wait and see.
It almost sucks to say it. The UFC's moved on.
Sucks
from Conor.
it.
They have. Me and Case love to see him fight, and a lot of people, but like he hasn't fought since 2016, man. UFC's flourishing. UFC's booming. Said the UFC did not immediately respond to requests for comment. McGregor has not fought since he broke his leg, 2021.
But yeah, he's appealing it.
I think I said he hasn't fought since 2016. I mean, he hasn't had a win. Let me correct my statement. Yeah.
Fuck me dead.
thank-
Even when Brendan corrects
Fucking
himself, he's still
hell.
wrong. Conor beat Donald Cerrone in 2020, dude. Bubba's such a casual. Seriously. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of Brendan.
That's brilliant. He hasn't won since 2016. It was actually 2020, but quite close enough. Big up fucking Papa. Big up fucking Papa. Close enough. Fucking hell, this guy, man. This fucking guy. All right, let's move on. Let's break up a little bit. Let's watch some Ben trolling Papa on, I guess it's Golden Hour, Extra Hours, whatever the fucking show is called. Let's see Ben Avery, former producer and almost co-host of Tim Dillon Show, is now doing his own show called Lemon Party, and now he's guest appearing on the Golden Hour, Black Hour, Extra Hour, After Hour show. As much as I like Lemon Party and I like Ben, he's a funny dude, this feels like a bit of a fall from grace, isn't it? To be on the podcast of, like, imagine what Tim Dillon would say about this if he found out that the producer Ben Avery, who was like, you know, I guess, you know, he thought he wasn't valued enough at Tim Dillon, is now doing guest appearances on what? Not Golden Hour, on the offshoot of a Golden Hour show. Ooh. But, you know, let's see what he's got us nibbling on here.
Hey, Doc, by the way, real quick, what do you think of the hat?
The begrudging.
What was that?
You know what?
What's that, buddy?
I'm glad Theo Von cut Schaub out of his life.
Could be a brain tumor.
Dare you.
Again, we don't know until the CT scan comes
What
back.
you say?
Really unaware of a lot of this stuff.
No, dude.
Whatever it is, it's terminal.
Sometimes I break this
Tom and Bert completely embarrassed themselves crashing the Pat McAfee show a few months ago.
Yeah, I think...
Okay, cool. That's one. Let's go for the other one. We got to find the subreddit guys for uploading this.
I was wondering if Brendan or any of them saw it.
Bert Kreischer's a fucking sad
No way.
drunk.
I don't know. We never talked about it with them. All of us back here did. I showed it.
I don't know. We never talk about it with them. They're not allowed. They're scared. We never talk about it with them, but all of us watch this. You're not allowed to mention trolls and haters, but the whole staff watch trolls and hater content. I find it hilarious.
Could be leukemia, could be metabolic.
Tom Segura's really turned into a piece of shit, hasn't he?
That's you?
I need to run more tests.
Looks like
Honestly, is Chin... Do you think Chin is actually stupid? Do you think Chin is actually R-worded, like, for real? Like the actual R-word? Do you think he's actually the actual R-word? That's you.
That's you?
I need to run more tests.
looks like Brenda Schaub
thanks,
still
man,
hasn't
yeah.
been invited to the mother.
I definitely ballooned up after having a kid.
Rogan obviously has no respect for him.
Doc, I think the drugs are starting.
You know what?
What's that, buddy?
I'm glad Theo Von cut Schaub out of his life.
Could be a brain tumor.
Dare you.
Again, we don't know until the CT scan comes back.
Really?
Unaware of a lot of this stuff.
No, dude.
Whatever it is, it's terminal.
Sometimes I break this
Chin's not unaware. He's too stupid to get to the humor. He's not unaware. He's too stupid to get what's going on.
Hey, Doc. You got any nurses in here I could take for a trug walk?
God damn it! Just put him out of his fucking misery.
Yeah, that's none. Next. Oh, that's it. Cool. Yeah, whatever. More like what is this? More like over 160 grand, Papa. Let's see what this one's about.
One family. So
You know what I'm so scared of? It's like, and I'm not. I'm not genuinely afraid of it. I'm kind of more. Let's see. How do I say? I'm still like in shock of that whole thing that happened with Brendan Schaub.
What exactly?
Dude, it was a fucking. They formed a Reddit of like 97,000 people. Literally, it was 97,000 people strong who dedicated hours of their life to just like, and you don't have to read it, of course, but just like knowing that's out there just every day.
But I feel like he bought that.
When you put it like that, it's quite brutal, isn't it? Knowing that it's out there, knowing that there are 97,000 plus people who dedicate a small part of their day to Duncan and Brendan making memes, animation, merch, videos, edits, compilations, music, big long post, just generally. I love it.
On himself. You think your family's gonna do that?
No, not my family, dude. If my family started a diss subreddit on me, dude, that would be it. I'd be like, "Fuck you guys." Dude.
Oh, I love how scared comedians are of Reddit, man. It's so fucking funny. Like, Brendan's probably the most justifiable person you could hate on, really. Him and DSP. You can see how people don't like these people, right? You can see how people root for their failure. Why, like, there's some people on the Reddit who legitimately want this guy to see him lose everything. You can see why, because they're very unlikable people. But you can also see why they're successful because, you know, you can also see why they're successful because of that unlikability and because of the desire people have to kind of, you know, get near them, whatever it may be. But Jesus Christ, man, like, relax. The Reddit isn't that bad. It's not that bad. Find Reddits that you like and you enjoy. Have fun on them or don't. Like, it's not that deep, man. Jesus Christ, some of these people. Some of these fucking people. Next one. What's the next clip here? Oh, the same one. We got. Is it the same one? Yeah, same one. We already played it. Papa Catching Stray is the same one, right? Oh no, it's a different one. What's this one?
To her friends, you're jealous of this guy that she just fucks.
If she thought another guy was funny, I would be pissed about that. If she's like, he's so
even if
funny.
she doesn't have sex with him, she just thinks he's hilarious. She's like sneakily watching Brendan Schaub videos.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was good. I think that's that Liapalucci woman. She's really funny. I forgot her name. Please forgive me. Let's go on Brendan's Instagram. I want to check this video out because I haven't seen it yet. What's this about? Someone made an edit for him. What's this edit about? John is the ultimate alpha even around other killers. 1%er, allegedly. What? What's this about?
Train with him?
Yes.
Did he kick your ass?
Yes.
You're very honest.
Not only did he whip my ass. Hold up, dude.
Hold on. Did Brendan call himself a killer? So John is the ultimate alpha even around other killers. Is he calling himself a killer? Oh, John whooped my ass. He's really strong. He's a real badass. He beat me up. It's like, Brendan, man. Okay, I guess. Good to be confident. Let's go on. Look at this post. Look at this post, people. Look at this post. Hold on. Let's do it again one more time. This is such a redacted post. Look at this post. Look how redacted this post is. Please. Look at how redacted this post is. Please. Let me press it. Let me get the sound on so you can hear. Look at this. Film me quickly. Film me. I'm working. I'm a car guy. I'm a gearhead. Take the camera. Film me quickly. Film me. So, let me read the caption to you. Listen to how redacted this caption is. I'm an intern. Sig Motorsports. I've always paid other shops to do most of the work on my car/trucks. Bruno at Sig Motors is the only mechanic ever who said, why don't you take the time to learn how to do some of this stuff for yourself? No, sorry. Why don't you take the time to learn how to do some of this stuff? One of the best choices I've ever made. I love it. This truck is going to be a badass 6.0 fully built power stroke diesel engine, built trans, all the tags, coolant stacked by the best in the biz. Don't you find it hilarious, right? That this motherfucker had to be told, hey, maybe try to do some of this stuff yourself. Someone had to tell him to do that before he got the idea to do it himself. He couldn't just figure that out himself. He couldn't think, oh, instead of maybe paying somebody to fit this steering wheel for me, why don't I try doing it myself? Why don't I try changing this gearbox myself? Why don't I try, I don't know, installing these lights by myself? Changing I don't know, a spoiler, whatever. All these little things that he does, cosmetic things, just do it yourself. Figure it out. Put a YouTube video on. If you fuck it up, you learned. But nah, let's just get someone else to do it for you. The whole thing takes the fun out of, you know, fucking around with cars. That's the crazy thing. And I said before, he should have done from the beginning. If he would have done this angle from the beginning, maybe Drive Fast or Gas wouldn't have been dead already. If this was the angle. Hey, I'm a fucking idiot. I've got money though, and I like to get into new things because I'm bored at home. I'm gonna buy these trucks and I'm gonna be modding them myself. Watch my progress. Long and slow, short, whatever. It would have banged. Instead, you know, the fucking lies. The lies about car knowledge, you know, not wanting to be honest about who's actually fixing the cars and doing this and doing that. It's just like, Jesus Christ, people. What the fuck is going on? It's a good step, I guess, but hey, pick up Coiler. AZ a fully built power stroke. Oh, this is such an interesting arc, man. And of course, look at Kibitek in the comments. Kibitek was going on like Brendan wasn't their friend. He's begging it. Look at Kibitek in the comments, man. The industry is full of fucking fake cunts in it. Full of fucking fake cunts. Kibitek were complaining, acting like he wasn't their friend. He's not sponsored by us, throwing him under the bus. And now look at him in the comments. Now look at him in the fucking comments. Big up Sarlux. Big up motherfucking Sarlux. Big up motherfucking Sarlux in the chat. But yeah, what an absolute idiot. What an absolute idiot. Let's continue. There's this clip. What's this about? Oh yeah, big up Sarlux. Appreciate it. Oh, let's press that.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? C'est soir.
Okay. It's big up Sarlux. You're a top boy. Let's play this. Let's take the music off because I don't want to get copyright striked here. Okay. Why is he wearing a fucking Santa outfit? I don't get this. Why? Chin, this song, I missed it. Okay, Chin. Thanks for the input, bro. By the way, not focusing on the kids. But Jesus, we know where is Papa's dad get some work done? What's his face like that? What's wrong with Papa's face? What's wrong with Papa's dad's face? Has he got some work done, do you think? Maybe this is where Brendan gets his fucking inspiration from. Huh. Your dad looks like he got some work done, innit? Or am I bugging out? Doesn't Daddy look like he got some work done? That face looks a bit tall, innit? It looks a bit tall. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just an idiot. I'm just an idiot talking out of my ass. It's cool. We did that. Let's check what Sainaz is doing. Big up Chris Ruze if he's in the chat. We're gonna check what Sainaz is up to. What's Sainaz up to? Let's check her Instagram. Big up Sainaz. Big up Sainaz. What's she been up to? She went to a 9-inch. Was that Ice 9 kills? Not 9-inch nails. Ice 9 kills. Cool. What else has she been up to here? Another reason why Martin Short is the GOAT. Cool, we don't care. Music compatibility is important. Imagine dating someone that doesn't know what comes next. Cool. What's that? My little favorite holiday shopping by my favorite little place, Violent Gentleman. What type of name is that for a brand? Violent Gentleman, you know? Alright, cool, bro. I guess. Was next here tonight, guys. Tune to Jimmy Kimmel Live to see what is this? Are these her friends? To see Knocked Loose perform. Okay, cool. She's plugged in. Not many pictures of the you know of the goods, but she's plugged in. She's plugged in. What's fucking Rink saying? What's Rinky Dink saying? What's Rinky? Oh, look at Rinky Dink. Look at this post. Go home and look after your family, Brian. Why is this camera so zoomed into your face? Jesus Christ, back up from the camera a little bit.
Okay, I know I'm late to the game, but this is to all the monkeys in trees, the cult of amateur that is saying that John Jones is ducking Tom Aspinall. You cannot say that. The man fought all comers, beat them all. If you think he ducks people, go back and watch the first fight against Alexander Gustafsson. He fought for his life and barely won. I was backstage and saw what they looked like afterwards. It was so horrific. I had to look down, the courage they exhibited. You've got to put respect on this man's name. He beat Daniel Cormier twice in his prime, took him down twice. Was it 3 times? A 2-time Olympian? If he fights Tom Aspinall, put all your money on the GOAT. And that doesn't even matter, okay? He's still the GOAT, and don't say PEDs, please.
Oh, shut up, Bryan Callen. Shut the fuck up, please. Exhausting old man. Exhausting old man. Okay, cool. We don't care about true classics. And that's it when it comes to those guys. Bloody hell. So exhausting. So exhausting. Let's move on. Let's get onto some TFATK for half an hour. Then I'm going to duck. I have to kind of go to bed. So let's get some TFATK on the screen. Bear with me a second while I get everything queued up here. I gotta get the fucking... Okay, cool. So, episode TFATK just dropped with that guy from Toe Holds. We're gonna run through a little couple of clips I got here. First things first, though, to notice of the Fire and the Kid. The first things first that we're gonna notice here is this. I want you guys to notice this. Look at the lack of effort that's been put into the thumbnails. And I want to figure out, like, what do you think is going on here? Do you think it's... Like, what's changed? Do you think that they're not making enough money to afford somebody to add titles? Is Sandal on strike? Like, why that Toehold's founder was on this episode 1043, but his title, his name is not on there. He's not on the thumbnail. Did he specifically ask not to be on the thumbnail? Did he specifically ask not to be titled like that? Weird. And then the others don't even have the names of the person who are a guest or like a topic or like an episode name. They just have TFATK episode, whatever number it is, but nothing else apart from that. So I wonder what's going on and what changed. Why did it go from that? Bryan lost himself at the Diddy party, you know, to fucking just letters. And that's it. I think 3 months ago everything was sweet, and then around here it stopped. Episode number 1030, you stopped having titles, or 1020 actually. You stopped having titles, and it kind of went back to normal. Which is again strange, but anyway, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. And then we have, of course, TFATK episode number 382. Here we go. Let's go. Let's flipping go. Oh no, what? 1043. Toeholds guy. Let's get through some of these flipping clips I want to show you here, right? So let's go through Toeholds guy's clips. Bear with me a second here while I get them up on my phone. I'm fucking being crap here. Apologies. If you like the stream, please make sure you like it down below. Don't be lame. Like the stream down below. Help a brother out. Where is it? Where is the Toeholds thing? Damn son. There we go. So, first clip. Rinks creams himself about Via Veneto Santa Monica, and Papa throws some sly shots at Eddie Bravo. See if you can spot some of the Eddie Bravo shots that I thought. A little bit of a sneak dissing. Via Veneto glazing, or Via Veneto glazing, and also some Eddie Bravo shots. Let's see if I can play it. There.
Were you boys out?
Well, then we went from there, after the Eagles game, we went to eat at Via Veneto.
And hold on.
And the homeboy goes crazy. He goes hog wild.
Drove from Manhattan to Venice?
Yeah, that's right.
Tesla drove.
Yeah, Tesla
we just hung out.
Yeah,
well, we were talking, hanging, and then he goes hog wild. He'll get the T-bone. That steak is
the best steak in the world.
I think it's the best steak in the world.
Yeah, living in Las Vegas, they have the best steakhouses ever.
Yeah.
Via Veneto, the last steak I had there, which was the tomahawk, best steak in the world. I got the T-bone this time, which I don't even like, was even better.
It was.
It's the best steak in the world. No one's even close.
Eddie Bravo kept saying, "This is the best spaghetti I've ever had in my life." At top of his line, he goes, "Is there baby blood in this?
You put baby blood? This is the best spaghetti. He was
Eddie's
freaking
yelling
out.
baby blood in the restaurant.
Here comes disses. Here comes this.
And did Eddie just had spaghetti?
Yeah, because Eddie's not
He's
an
a diss.
adventurous, not an
Very Eddie
adventurous
Bravo,
eater.
yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
He's the best.
I'm not. I go, I'll get meatballs, spaghetti. I'm like, but we got a lot
Eddie
of
eats like a toddler.
Callen's trying to get him
like a
ravioli and all
toddler.
these
No,
sauces.
He liked the butter and sage
the,
ravioli.
And the
Truffles
lobster.
and shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like, I don't know what
Eddie
that stuff is.
eats like my kid.
Yeah.
He's like my
100%.
kid.
Basic.
Yes.
Doesn't trust it.
No. But-
Jesus Christ. I hope Eddie Bravo sees this. Basic, eats like my toddler. Jesus Christ.
He is such a unique.
He's the
human
best.
being.
He's
the best.
He's such a unique.
One of one.
We almost got Sam out last night too. Sam was
Anyway, cool. That's one clip. Next clip, we've got Toehold's founder, Glazes. No, let's not do that one. Let's do another one. Toehold's founder talks about how his experience in jail affected him. Let's scroll across to 26. No, 26? No, 21:51. Around here, he talks about his jail experience. There we go.
Would you say that your experience as a young man in state pen was looking back on it, positive for your development or negative?
I think going to jail for a lot of people is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I would hate to go to jail nowadays.
Of course.
You know, I'm fucking rich. I have a nice house. I make a shitload of money. You know, nice girls. But being in jail at the time didn't bother me at all.
It didn't?
Not even a little bit.
Because you didn't have anything.
Not only that,
you
but
weren't
we grew
missing
up on the we grew up poor on the streets,
Yeah.
you know. So like everything was always fighting each other. Like we grew up like coyotes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just I was terrible in school. Terrible.
Some people say when they go into jail or prison, they leave with a master's in crime. You know, like you go.
Yeah.
and you pass
also
it.
a master's
no
in
one said
behavior,
that.
though.
Yeah, you could do that too. California is different from anywhere else in the country. California jails are substantially more violent, more organized. They're race segregated. They're all controlled. Like the fucking rape shit and stuff you hear, like the Puerto Ricans doing on the East Coast, that shit doesn't happen in California. You get fucking killed. You get
Really?
stabbed in your neck and thrown over the tier. If
Really?
you have a gay relationship, you got to keep it real fucking quiet and nobody can know about it. There's a story about this older Asian guy that had raped a younger Asian guy. They were cellmates. And right next door to their
Brian
cell
getting a boner.
is these guys
Talking about
called
these guys
Bulldogs.
fucking.
They're like a hardcore Fresno gang. And because they were the closest to the action, the next morning when they walked out on the tier, they cut the guy's stomach open. His intestines fell on the
Jesus
floor.
Christ.
They grabbed him by the crotch
Lovely
and
story.
threw him over the railing.
Lovely story.
older-
Lovely story. Lovely story. Moving on from that one, we have 27:29. More tough guy talk from the Toehold guy, because he was boasting a lot about that the whole entire episode. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie.
That like hippies generation where they did acid. Like
They
that,
had great stories though.
Say it again.
I bet your uncle had great
Oh
stories.
yeah, crazy stories,
Yeah.
crazy stories.
Fake, but yeah.
But they were smart as fuck. Like he's from the Steve Jobs generation, all computers, advanced thinking, stuff like that. So he would party, he would smoke weed. He had a guy that'd come over and buy some weed, but you know, they would do some meth together. That guy had planted some stuff on the property and the FBI raided the house. And it was a gigantic property, like 15 acres, avocado groves, multiple houses. They seized the entire property, took everyone.
Smells like bullshit.
In a jail. Like I was arrested, and I think 14 other people were arrested.
And you're just chilling. You had nothing to do with it.
Nothing. I was just visiting.
Wow.
So just like if I'm at Callen's, I stay at Callen's house. By bringing my bag into Callen's house, my luggage, if you will, I've established residency there.
Wow.
So you're a resident. You know what I mean?
And that you just got kind of looped in with all the.
So
bullshit.
back then it was guilty until proven innocent. So you go to jail and
Yeah, you go to jail and then your case will be heard, but it's in a file.
so it's a big deal. It's a long process, but they take your clothes because they wanted to say that you were manufacturing drugs there. So they do these things called major case prints where they fingerprint your entire hand. They take your clothes. If it was today, I would walk scot-free because I'm smart enough and I could get good attorneys and make the whole thing go away. Yeah. But as an 18-year-old kid, you're just going through the system.
You're scared, yeah.
And then you got the I wasn't scared.
Yeah, sorry, I said that.
Yeah. Callen would be scared. I wasn't scared.
You know what I mean? It's a lot going on.
But these old timers are like, listen, bro, if they cut you a deal, you're looking at 16 years. Take this fucking bullshit
Hell
deal, dude.
no.
Take this bullshit deal. It's 2 years. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Or you face 16, but you've already watched the system fuck everybody else. So you're like, I'll just do 2 years. Who gives a shit? You know, who gives a fuck? But technically, I was only supposed to do 5 months and 20 days, but I lost all my good time for fighting and getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Badass. Toho's guy is such a badass, man.
You get in trouble for cutting a pedophile's face.
No, I didn't get in trouble for that.
Oh, you did?
No, I did that, but I didn't get in trouble for that.
That's encouraged, Brian.
So I had started doing jiu-jitsu in 1990. So at this time, I was already training for like 10 years. And no one did jiu-jitsu back then. So you were like a ninja. No one knew what the fuck was happening.
Okay.
You could grab a dude by his hip and just spin him around and just put him in a rear naked choke. They called him Mata Leon back then.
Yeah,
Lion's
no
kill.
clue,
just fucking just choke people unconscious. So, and then plus we grew up real violent and, stuff like that. And I think I'm a nice guy, but we always grew up fighting. That was just part of our, that was part of our thing. And even if you can't fight, take your ass whipping and move on.
Jesus.
And that's the way, if you went to jail, as long as you fought, you didn't need to win. It's way better, cooler if you win.
Yeah.
But as long as you fight, that's all that matters.
Right.
Get more respect.
So I quickly rose into the leadership in the jail, which isn't tough to do as long as you're active. You got white dudes, which are called peckerwoods. Then you got white dudes that are skinheads or neo-Nazi, Nazi lowriders, P9 Death Squad, all like the hardcore.
And is Peckerwood's not affiliated with all that?
Correct.
They're just,
Peckerwoods are
they're
just
regular white dudes.
We would just be Peckerwoods. We're white dudes. There's white dudes in jail.
Right.
And we would all hang out together. Chin would be an other. So
Would
he'd
we also
hang
hang out with the neo-Nazis and the lowriders?
if there was a riot, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Otherwise-
generally
You have to
they do their own shit. They're really militant and always starting trouble and always doing meth and shit. They're always causing a fucking problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that.
You said Chin would hang out with the others?
The others, yeah.
The others?
So we couldn't talk to Chin.
No, we could.
No, we can't.
Yeah, he could come clean our cell and
This
stuff.
guy is a fucking interesting
That's how I
guy.
did back then. But they didn't have, is there not enough Asians that have their own gang?
No, so the others is like Arabs, Native Americans,
just a whole.
Yeah, just anyone who's not
smorgasbord.
white, Mexican.
And they
or
hang
black.
out together?
Yeah, they have their own crew. Samoans,
They have
like they
no
kind
choice,
of.
man.
Yeah, they're not pussies. They're fucking.
No.
It's a tough guy. You don't want to go against that car by itself.
It's
No
a
way.
melting pot.
And then so you got the whites, the woods. You have the northern and southern Mexicans. You have the blacks, and then you have the border brothers, the Paisas.
The blacks. The way he said that
Paisas.
was kind of racist.
The border blacks, and then you have the border brothers, the Paisas. The northern and southern Mexicans. You have the blacks, and then you have the border brothers.
Big up Ranger.
I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal. And the straw boss said, well, bless my soul.
I have no idea what that little poem was about, but I love it. Big up NJ Ranger. Oh God.
The Paisas. The Paisas, the border, the Mexican nationals.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are like the main guys that run everything.
But if there's a riot, do all the Mexicans join forces?
No, fuck no. They're against each other.
Really?
So northern Mexicans hang out with the blacks. They call them busters. So you can't do anything with the northern.
The way he says blacks is a little bit,
Northern Mexicans hang out with the blacks. They call them busters.
The blacks.
So you can't do anything with the northern
The
Mexicans.
blacks.
Because it's all race segregated. You can't shower with the
God
blacks. You
damn.
can't eat with the blacks.
Jesus
you can't interact
Christ.
with the blacks.
What?
Yeah. And vice
Here's
versa.
what's cool about biker.
I thought he's gonna say here's what's cool about not liking blacks. I thought he was gonna say here's what's cool about that. I thought he was gonna say here's what's cool about that. Not liking. Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Gangs, maybe you can co-sign this. Is so on the streets, Mongols, Hells Angels fucking hate each other. But if they're in prison, they have each other's back. There's no fighting amongst
No one said that.
the biker gangs.
No
Is that
one said
fake?
that. No one said that.
Yeah, because Mongols are
said
usually
that?
Mexican. So Mongols will be with the Southsiders, and the like the Hells Angels would just be Peckerwoods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's take a little break because I want to talk about O'Reilly. I
Oh,
need
dude.
some auto parts, bro.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why isn't the guest on the thumbnail? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Next clip here. Bappa visualizes Rinks sugging on the boys. That's the clip. That's what I named it as. Bappa visualizes Rinks sucking off the boys. Let's play the clip. Was that 34:24? It was around somewhere around here, right? There we go. There you go.
Like AG, what would Bryan, like, let's say the three of us got busted right now. We're in prison, right? You and I can hold our own, right? Like, you and I can figure it out.
Yeah.
And then Bryan, I hate to be shitty, man. It just is what it is.
Bryan
It's
would have
just
to shave his mouth.
It's just your genetics.
Just shave your
But
mouth.
Bryan, hey,
No,
dude,
I'd
hey,
fight
no,
for
I know, you're scrappy. But he's gonna suck off the boys, man.
No,
right?
Which ones? Which boys?
All of us.
Oh,
Bro.
whoever we tell you.
Wait, no, I fight though. I fight too.
They love this humor.
But I box. I can throw my
Dick
throw
play,
hands.
I know,
humor,
but it's
humor,
just
ha,
you're so
ha.
Back kick. You
limited.
saw my back kick.
But you're so limited with your strength. And
Well, yeah, but I'm crafty as
and you're
fuck.
older. No, seriously, what would we do with them, AG?
You could be in charge of the girls.
Oh,
you could run the trannies.
Okay.
Yeah, you could run the trannies.
Come on, girls. Let's go. We've got work to do.
No, Bryan would be all right. Yeah.
You'd be like the
Bryan would be fine.
guy like tells us stories and stuff at night, or
No, older guys, they usually.
No, he would
you
just have,
tell stories at night.
Bryan would just have to just shut up for the first few months and not say anything. You know what I mean? And just watch and observe. Bryan would be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd make friends easily.
And the dudes you're around, some of them are cool guys, but most of them are fucking scumbags.
Yeah.
They're if you go to jail, it's the type of guys that normal people never see on the streets. You never see. You don't even
Because they're
yeah,
what
they're
do you say?
institutionalized. Yeah.
They're just stuck there.
But most people don't know those humans even exist. So you go in there and like we grew up on the street, so we know what those dirtbag scumbag guys are like.
You know right away.
Now you're just living in the same.
Yeah, they suck to be around, but you know. But for most people, they're going to be exposed to that guy for the very first time. And those guys have nothing but tricks and scams. They're like gypsies, bro.
Yeah.
They're running tricks and scams constantly.
Okay, cool. Dun, dun, dun. Chin failing at Google once again. This is a good one. Chin failing at Google once again. You gotta love Chin not knowing how to Google. It's about here, right? Yeah, there you go. Chin. Is there another Chin failing at Google one here I got here? More Papa talk. Papa realizes Chin failing over. Cool.
Anything that's somewhere could potentially be somewhere
there,
else,
yeah.
as long as the temperature and the food source moves. Chin, pull up Humboldt squid if you could.
And you're
please.
doing it at night, man.
Talking to him like he's one of his
You
staff
still do
members.
that?
Yeah,
I thought you were rich, dog.
I still like lobster.
Me too, but I'm not diving at night
Me
for
too,
with
of
fucking
course.
around
So
with
see that
elephant.
picture on the far left right
Oh,
there?
God.
The one with the guy. Below,
Far
below
left.
that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Chin.
that one.
One more time.
Below that. Yeah, that
One more time. Look how
Fucking around
So
with
see that
elephant.
picture on the far left right there?
Uh-huh.
The one with the guy. Below that. Yeah, that one. So that's a Humboldt squid. So it has a gigantic beak that
Yeah.
bites you. But if you could pull up, can people see this at home that are watching?
Yeah,
this?
well, yeah.
If you pull up their tentacles, they have spiraling tentacles that look like a blender. So they'll suck your body. See those teeth on there?
Oh wow.
Holy shit.
And then not only will they grab you, but they'll start cutting like
Oh my God.
silver dollar size holes out of your body.
Damn.
And they attack divers all the time.
They do?
So in Mexico, they call them, I think they call them Diablo Roblas.
Okay, I'll have to leave you guys for now. This guy's waffling, but I've got some clips there I'm going to play, and I need to get up to, I think, about an hour anyway into it, and then we can play the last bits, because this guy's fucking annoying. But it was an interesting interview. I do recommend you check it out. The guy from Toehold spitting some game. So we'll continue this tomorrow. I'll go over the rest of the stuff that's left on the tabs, and then that'll be live stream tomorrow, same time tomorrow. But after the fact, it will be only available to the to the members of the channel. So if you want to join and become a member of the channel, the link is down low, down in the descriptions, and all of that malarkey. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in so much. Appreciate every single one of yous. And I'll see you all again. I'll see you guys all again, okay? I'll see you all again. I'll see you all again. All again very, very soon, aka tomorrow, okay? I'll see you again tomorrow. What you guys saying in the stream chat? Big up David Smith, Abe Martinez, big up Coiler as well. Big up, what's that? What do you say here? Yeah, big up everybody for the stream chat. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the stream down below. Help a brother out. Like the stream down below. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. All right, help a brother out down below here. What you guys saying? Yeah, cool. Big up everybody. Appreciate you. Take care, my friends. Take care.